It's arrived. I've been waiting on this little parcel since the 8th of June. I can't wait to get it open and see if they're as good as what I am told they are supposed to be. These are going to take at least 5 seconds a lap off my racing. I'm not sure about that, but wow, if it was a second, that would be kind of cool. They are an addition for my pedals, my bed pedals. What happened was a streamer or two popular ones recommended these things, and I think chap that runs this little organization was absolutely flooded with orders. Mine was one of them. Okay, cool. So this is the Sim 3D box. It's nice, it's neat. Look at these little ports. Very good. Bar, USB, so we have that. We have the power supply, hefty enough, it's okay. We've got two of these little rumble motors, and hopefully that's simple enough to fit these boys. We have the two cables to connect the rumble motors to the box, as they go in here. 1 and 2. And then the USB cable. I've got 2 extra ports. If I can control this through SimHub, I may be able to make use of these ports for something else. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to get them hooked up, see what they're like. It's going to take a second a lap off me. Yeah, right. And I'll start the clock when I start the installation and how will I finish the installation, and then give you some feedback to what they're actually like. But there's a good bit of tech here for 100 quid, and hopefully they'll be worth the wait, because it's now 4 months. Busy guy. And here we have it. I have the rumble motors fitted. This little boy spins and makes your feet happy. They're attached using the existing fittings on your pedals. You remove this little screw bolt, and then you slide the rumble motor in place and then tighten it down. You insert these rather flimsy looking cables and connectors into the rumble motors. Then this is connected to the magic box of tricks. You plug it into the USB and away you go. Oh, and this is a banana. The rumble motors are fitted. We have stuck the USB cable into the back of our PC, and now it's time to start up SimHub and get it set up in there. Fitting the rumble motor to the pedal took about 10-15 minutes. It's a little bit fiddly. If I can do it, anybody can do it. We're going to fire up SimHub. I am not going to go into all of the details of how you install it. There's lots of nice, simple YouTube installation videos of how to set all this up. You have so many different options in here. So I have an ABS switched on mine. I have wheels locking and wheels slipping. The feeling that I'm getting when I accelerate too hard, I get a bit of a rumble, and when I brake and the ABS kicks in, I get a bit of a rumble. So I can adjust the overall volume of everything. That's in about 70, and then I have my ABS at 60, and these other things, wheel slipping at 40 and 80. The pulse durations, and there is different graphs that you can attack. From here as well, I can test. So I'm looking at the wheels locking. I can have it just showing in the front. If I test these things, whoa, I will get to the vibrations in a second. So if I'm testing here, this wheel's locking, I can test each wheel and what it feels like, and I can adjust the sensitivity and the response curve and really nerdy stuff just to say it works, and turn the volume right up. And when I'm braking on my left foot, I am feeling a vibration. And then for the slipping as well, if I can go in there, you can test these and change the settings on them to your heart's content. So I can go in and test those as well. Oh, it's a slightly different vibration on my go faster foot. You have to have it with the fronts, if it's front wheel drive or rear wheel drive or whatever way you want it. You can have them switched on, switched off. You can have them, no, I'm not even going to go into too many nerdy things. There's tons of settings. I have it set up, calibrated when you're racing. If you are accelerating too hard, it gives you a little bit more warning. So I'm coming out of a corner and I can take my foot off that accelerator a little bit. They're cool. I like these. I've had these fitted to my rig now for just over a month, and I've got to say I was skeptical at first, but now I would be lost without these. The subtle haptic feedback adds a whole extra layer of feel to the car. I don't know if they've improved my driving dramatically, but they've definitely given me more confidence in getting on the power earlier and more consistency in braking zones and with trail braking. You do feel a massive difference. If I was to raise any criticism, it would be the lack of any sort of documentation in the box. Not even a thank you note for the purchase. This can be balanced by the superb video on YouTube by the manufacturer, and there are tons of setup videos for these. The flimsy connection cable that goes from the rumble motors to the control box is pretty light. It requires some sort of cover to protect it because the little connecting cables are very, very light. One good kick or a tug and that little cable would be toast. And finally, the 4-month lead time was pretty excessive. The first month or so, when I was emailing Daz for a delivery update, I wasn't getting any feedback. Now towards the end, the last sort of 6 weeks or so, I was getting updates, and I do understand small business, they were completely overwhelmed. If the product had been crap, I would have really complained about that, but I can't because they are so good. Apart from those couple of complaints, these are superb. For £100, it's a brilliant add-on for your rig and well below the cost of most sim rig add-ons that can give you this sort of edge. So if you want a really good foot massage at the same time as shaving lap times, I would highly recommend these little beauties. I love to see small companies batting way above their weight, and Sim3D is absolutely doing that. For full disclosure, Sim3D did not send these to me free. I bought these. I didn't ask for them to be sent to me. That doesn't happen to me. So I'm giving you my thoughts on how I've got on with these things. I would be lost without them. I love them. I think it's one of the best add-ons for my rig that I've ever bought. So go and check out Sim3D. See you in the next video. Thank you.
Then he waddled away, waddle,